Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope your day is going well. Of course, I'm back again to let you know what's happening right now. And it seems that two of our Nigerian Super Eagles players are in danger of actually being suspended for one match, by the English FA. Because according to their website, these two players, Kevin Bassey and Wilfred Ndidi, from Leicester City and Fulham, respectively, are in danger of being suspended. Among 27 listed players, and it's not for anything bad, maybe off the pitch situation, nothing like that. It was just for the amount of yellow cards that they've accumulated, throughout the EPL this season. They've played 13 games total, and both of these players, Kevin Bassey and Wilfred Ndidi, have both been booked four times each. And if you know the rule of the Premier League, you know that if you get booked five times, uh, if you get booked five times, you get a one-match suspension. If you get booked five times in the first 19 uh, Premier League fixtures, you get a one-match ban. So they are going to have to be very careful now, at least for the next, 6 games before that one is cleared off. But again, talking about this ban situation, there's also, one man who the FA earlier on were considering banning him as well because he wrote "I love Jesus." He inscribed "I love Jesus" on his captain armband. That's a GUÉHI, the captain of Crystal Palace. Uh, I don't know. There's nothing, more harmless than writing "I love you, Jesus" on the armband, especially if you're a Christian. But the FA apparently seemed to have picked a little bit offense by that action from GUÉHI. But the latest right now is that, after deliberating on the case for a potential banning or fining, the FA decided that they are not going to ban the young man for inscribing "I love you, Jesus" on his armband. But they've now, moved to warn him that he shouldn't do anything like that, for future games. So the English FA has now stated categorically that religion shouldn't be interfering in any part of the game, and that he shouldn't do it anymore, else he is going to be banned or fined whatsoever in the future. That incident, McGuire inscribing "I love you, Jesus" on his captain armband actually played out over this past weekend when Crystal Palace were held to a 1-1 draw at home against Newcastle United. But let's move forward, guys, and let me let you know that the home-based Super Eagles list has now been released, by Coach Austin Eguavoen and the NFF. Of course, he's currently the man that's also in charge of the Team B, the home-based Super Eagles. That was part of the mandate that the NFF assigned to him back then, a few months ago when they gave him the role to become the coach of the Super Eagles. But he also, not just himself, he also has the assistant coaches, with him, the same guys who are also with him in the Super Eagles, the first team. So right now the list has now been released, completely home-based players, every one of them. But a very notable exemption from this list seems to be Ahmed Musa, who is not in the list. But aside from that, this is a really, really strong squad with, the likes of Rabiu Ali, the veteran Kano Pillars midfielder. I think he's more than 40 years old right now, but he's still balling, week in, week out for his club. And as a reward for that, he gets the call up to lead the home-based Super Eagles in the forthcoming African Cup of Nations home-based qualifier series. And just to give you some updates regarding that one, and we actually have uh, we have games, later in December. I think on the 28th, 22nd. Sorry, we have a game against the Black Stars of Ghana on the 22nd, and then that will be at the home of Ghana. That's Accra Sports Stadium, and then the return leg is going to be on the 28th of December after Christmas celebration. This one's going to be held at the Gospel Pavilion Stadium in Rio, and of course, everything is you know at stake for this one. Qualifier the African Cup of Nations series is in line for this one. Winner, puts himself out there as potential candidates to qualify. But their campaign is going to start also this month, from tomorrow being 4th of December. That's when they have been instructed to start arriving in camp at the Remo Stars Sports Institute, or Kenneth Remo Star Stadium. So that's the latest regarding this one. Of course, it's also important, to see how our home-based players get to show themselves out. Hopefully, we can get to see some future Super Eagles players from this list. And moving away from that one, guys, Victor Boniface's coach Xavi Alonso has now expressed his dissatisfaction, regarding the incident that happened over the weekend where Victor Boniface, who is supposedly out due to a muscle injury, was driving and was playing with his cell phone at the same time. Uh, the incident obviously went viral, went on social media and everything, and Alonso saw it and was quick uh, to condemn such acts from Victor Boniface or any player under his team. That isn't the right way to act. That it's very risky for the young man to be acting the way that he did. In Xavi Alonso's words, he said, "I don't like it. It's not allowed. It's not good. And of course, this can't happen. I haven't seen Bonnie, but he knows. But he knows. Though we also have to tell him that it's not correct to do something like that." So this is the reprimand that is coming from his head coach, Xavi Alonso. Of course, Boniface is currently enjoying, a short time out. I'll call it a sick leave because he didn't take part of their weekend's game, where they, narrowly came away with a 2-1 victory over Union Berlin. Frimpong scoring the first goal, and then Young equalizing, and then Patrick Schick getting the winner in the 71 minutes. That game was very important for them, but Boniface missed it due to injury, and I'm not also sure if he's going to be around to play their weekend's game. Very, very important encounter against Bayern Leverkusen. Actually, they have the game to be against Bayern Munich, but it's not the Bundesliga, it's the DFB Podcast game tonight. Boniface definitely is going to be a miss for that one because it's still, out recovering. But again, the words has now been said to him that he should be very careful what he does out there, when he's not on the training ground. Speaking of Victor Boniface, he also, spent the weekend in Amsterdam, where he went to support Davido, who was performing in the city, for that one. But that is the update, guys. Thanks for sticking to watch this one. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like for this one as well, and stay tuned for more interesting